Good morning and welcome again to Fishing with CJ. And as you can see, we're back down the beach. We're all tackled up, we're ready to cast out. Just talk about what rigs we're using. It is a beautiful day, and I'd like to say it's very peaceful and quiet down here, but of course the sun has drawn out all of the doggy walkers, and most of them have got no control over their dogs whatsoever. We've got kids squawking, dogs barking, women whooping because they've gone in the cold water. But it's still nice to be out. So I'm starting to sound like a grumpy old man, aren't I? So here we are. We've got two rods set up. We've got one with which is a BlackRock SS10 with a fixed ball on it, 79-pound braid throughout, and it's got a 3-hook scratching rig on it, clip down paternosters. So I've got a rag on the top hook, I've got some razor clam on the middle hook, and then the bottom hook has got a bit of blow lug. So there's a whole smorgasbord of bait there. And I'm using 4-ounce non-grippers because there are a lot of crabs here, and so my theory is you cast it out and then every so often you give it a twitch just to get it away from the crabs for a bit, give the Plaice a chance. And then on the other rod, again with it's a 5-ounce non-grip lead, with a 2-hook, 1 up, 1 down rig, Portsmouth rig, with blow lug on the bottom hook and ragworm on the top hook. So that's what we're going to be fishing. So let's get these rods out in the water and see what happens. As I say, the sun has drawn out all the nutcases who are going swimming. My poor little dog's sitting there trying to mind his own business and he keeps getting bothered by other dogs. Let's get these rods out and have a fish. Shush. What are you barking at? Right, so that's it. Traps are set. Baits are in the water. I'll start filming again when something happens. Hello, hello, hello. That looked like a Plaice bite then. Definitely had a bite then. So bear with me. Definitely had a bite then. Still something there, I think. Oh yes, definitely. Definitely, we've got something on. So we might, are we going to see a, it's not a blank dance is what I'm asking myself. But as you know, we don't dance for whiting, pouting, dogfish and dingerlings anymore. But anything else, you'll get a dance. So, it feels like something there. Have we caught the target species on the first cast? And are we going to be damned by the curse of the first cast? It certainly feels like a bit of resistance there. There's nothing tugging and rattling, but then Plaice don't tend to. Come on, be a Plaice. Don't see anything there. No, nothing. But we all saw it. It was definitely a brattle. That was on the razorfish, interestingly enough, or it's razorfish bait that's been robbed. Nothing. And we'll bring in the other rod and check the bait on it because it's been out a while now and it is crab sitting here, so I'm anticipating the baits are going to get stripped quite quickly. Last year I cast the camera out from here and the crabs came and formed a defensive ring around the bait, and there was a Plaice swimming around it, couldn't get to the bait because the crabs were keeping it off. They look like bloody doormen outside a nightclub. You're not coming in here with them spots. So whack this out now with, oh yeah, well and truly a crab head. The hooks have been polished, should we say. I'm going to use one of my highly valuable and very rare fresh out black lug on the other hook. No doubt it's just going to feed the crabs, but I might even tip it off with a bit of razor clam. Time for another cup of tea, I feel. Go on, sit down. Good boy. Good boy. I mean, fish on a day like today are a bonus, aren't they? To be quite honest, it's just perfect down here. You couldn't want a better day on the beach. I mean, if I was going to be really nitpicky, I'd rather the wind could be coming from the northwest rather than the northeast. But that's just being nitpicky. I need to wind that right hand rod in a minute. I'm going to have a cup of tea and then I'll check the baits on the right hand rod. I'm suspecting that that's been crabbed now. So the left hand rod has definitely got some interest in it. Could be the crabs fighting over it, of course. But, come on, do it again. Oh yes. Yes. There's definitely a bite. Don't want to count my fish before they're caught, but that looks like a Plaice. Oi. Come here. Oi. Buddy Bob. Come back here. Well, it's not shaking its head. Either means it's not there, or it's a flatfish, because they tend to just kite in. Let's pray the latter. Come on, be a fish. Any fish. Any fish. I don't like to be a blanker. Ooh. Ooh. It's holding itself down deep, and it's putting up a bit of resistance now. Oh, yes. Ho, 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 ho. Target species achieved. Target species achieved. What a beauty. What a beauty. Do is we'll put some water in a bucket, freshen it up in a bucket, keep it fresh. Get that off. So put it back in the water for a minute while I get sorted out the disgorger. So we've achieved our target species. We'll get it off the hook, get a selfie of it, and then get it back, because it's not really big enough to eat. They tend to be a bit scrawny this time of the year, because they've been spawning. So, a beauty, beautiful little place. Give them a quick measure and then get them back in the water. That's 33 centimetres. Yeah, as I say, it's not big enough to take home to eat, so we'll get it back and get it swimming again. There it is away. Swimming quite strongly. Yeah, and it's gone. Look at that water clarity though. That was amazing. Yeah, I think for those lure anglers amongst you, now is the time to give it a go with a lure, I think. Should be some bass starting to show up. Right, so those who watch my channel will know that there is a price I have to pay for catching the target species, and that is that I do a dance. So make sure that you're all getting to see this, and in the post edit we will edit some music in, but for the rest of you, cue the music and dance. Okay, so that fish was caught 11:27, so that's just before the top of the tide, I think. That's interesting. That is interesting. And we did have that knock sort of mid-tide as well, which didn't materialise, but it was definitely a place bite. Just didn't take the hook down. Should have left it really, because they do engulf the hook eventually. Doesn't feel like there's a great deal on the end of here. There's probably crabs squabbling over the bait. Oh. That's interesting. Plaice has gone off this one. I'm not thinking some big toothy critter bit me off because it's beyond imagination. Well, on one hook and the hook's gone on the other one. Tide is turned. It's on the way out now. I'm virtually out of bait. I think I've got enough for one more cast. I'm on my last cup of tea. So I think it's time for me to pack up. So thanks very much for joining me on this expedition. It was successful. We caught the target species, and that's all you can hope for. And I think I missed one, so I could have had 2 Plaice. Again, it's not thousands, but it's it's what I set out to catch, and I caught one. So I'm happy days. All the effort pumping lugworm yesterday and everything like that. Having said that, that Plaice was on ragworm, and the lugworm bait wasn't touched. There are a lot of crabs out here, and I'm getting my baits robbed by crabs. We're going to keep fishing until I've got one, as I say, one cast full of bait left to do. We'll lob that out. We'll sit for a little while with that, and then we're going to call it a day. So unless I catch anything, I'm going to say cheerio to everybody now. Keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing, support your local tackle shops. I'm going to be doing a big up to pen shortly. But I'll wait till I've got the evidence. But it's a big up to pen, and there's their customer service and the benefits of using a tackle shop rather than buying online. But we'll see more of that as it transpires. Thanks very much for being with me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. If I catch anything more between now and then, I'll add it to the end of the video. But other than that, see you later.